Hello, everyone. Today we have a truly festive episode because there are several pieces of news about our beloved Hande, and all of them are absolutely wonderful.
Subscribe to our channel to always stay in the loop with the most fascinating content. And now, let's get started.
So, let's start with the main thing. The day before yesterday, Paris once again belonged to Hande Erçel. She appeared at the Pomellato Gala dinner, and as always, instantly became the center of everyone's attention. This event is not just another social party. The gala dinner coincided with the opening of Pomellato's first Paris exhibition, which is being held at the famous Palais de Tokyo and will be open to the public from June 24th to July 20th, 2026. That means Hande was present at one of the most significant jewelry events of the year in Europe. And she was there not merely as a guest, but as the face of all this magnificence. As part of this same evening, Pomellato presented its new high jewelry collection called Pomellato Stile Libero, literally freestyle. And that describes very precisely everything that is happening right now with Hande's career and image. Now, about the look itself, because it deserves a separate conversation. Hande wore a dress by Georges Chakra Haute Couture, a Lebanese haute couture house, one of the most respected in the world of luxury fashion. The color was a delicate ivory, almost milky white, with that degree of weightlessness and elegance that cannot be bought with money. You either have it or you don't. The dress immediately became one of the most talked about looks of the evening. The price of Georges Chakra haute couture pieces, which are handmade, use premium fabrics, and require dozens of hours of artisan labor, starts at $15,000 and easily reaches $50,000, $80,000 for an evening gown of this level. So we are looking at an outfit worth at least several tens of thousands of dollars, and it was worth every penny. The look was crowned with a necklace from Pomellato's high jewelry collection, featuring emeralds and diamonds. Speaking of the price range of the jewelry pieces from this brand's high jewelry collection, some pieces from the Stile Libero collection require more than 1,450 hours of handwork, and their price starts at 50,000 euros, going up into figures with 6 and 7 zeros for special specimens. The emerald and diamond necklace around Hande's neck is a piece of jewelry that most people could not afford even in their dreams. And she wore it with such ease, as if it were simply some pretty beads bought at a market. The outcome of the evening, Hande Erçel became one of the main topics in global fashion publications. The press wrote about her as the embodiment of refinement and modern elegance. Erçel family is expecting a new addition. And now, the warmest news of the episode. Friends, Hande is about to become an aunt for the second time. Her sister Gamze is pregnant again, and another baby is expected in the Ercel family. Gamze shared this news on her Instagram, showing touching photos of her rounded belly surrounded by her husband, Caner Yildirim, and their little daughter Mavi. By the way, if you have been following the Ercel family for a long time, you know how much Hande adores her niece Mavi. The girl is 6 years old now and is growing up to be a real beauty, just like her aunt. Hande commented on her sister's post with the words, "I think there will be 5 of you, but that's for you to decide," hinting either at twins or at the fact that she considers herself a full member of this small but big family. Fans, of course, immediately began constructing theories. Either way, The news is incredibly joyful, especially against the backdrop of the difficult period Hande went through this spring. As a reminder, at the end of April, Hande's name ended up at the center of a major scandal. Her name was mentioned as part of a large-scale investigation into the Turkish entertainment industry. Test came back negative. Hande immediately returned to Turkey, gave testimony, and publicly stated that she values the trust of her fans. Her sister's pregnancy, against the backdrop of all of this, was a true ray of light for her. Since we are talking about changes, let's talk about what the Turkish press was discussing throughout May. Hande parted ways with her longtime stylist, İnan Kırdemir, with whom she had worked since 2019. The reason for the split was an alleged situation involving the fashion house Saint Laurent. Rumor has it that the brand chose Serenay Sarıkaya over Hande for its event, and it was Kırdemir who represented both names to the label. Hande unfollowed him on Instagram, and the Turkish tabloids went into a full frenzy. But this story has a happy ending. At the Cannes Film Festival in May, Hande debuted a new stylist. She turned out to be Danielle Goldberg, known online as Danny Stylist. Goldberg is already well known in international fashion circles and has previously worked with names such as Georgina Rodriguez, Isabelle Fontana, and Tyra Banks. The level, you have to admit, is entirely different. When your new stylist dresses Ronaldo's wife, that is a statement. Fans on social media immediately took Hande's side, writing, "The Queen doesn't need a stylist," and the attention was always on Hande, not the stylist. And here is the result. The Pomellato Gala in Paris, a George's chakra dress, an emerald necklace, and the whole world looking only at her. It seems the new creative partnership is working. As for summer plans, Hande literally has every day scheduled. This season she is spending in constant motion between several cities. Hande has rented an apartment in London and is actively studying English. This is part of her strategy for an international career. At the same time, she regularly returns to Istanbul for advertising campaign shoots. And there are quite a few such campaigns. Among the brands Hande is collaborating with, Pomellato, Nocturne, for which she launched her own collection inspired by her in 2025, as well as a number of other partners in the beauty and fashion space. All of this requires constant flights, shooting days, fittings, and appearances at events, so this summer can hardly be called a rest. Although looking at how Hande appears at each of these events, it is hard to believe she gets tired at all. And also, Paris, which we saw yesterday, is most likely not the last visit of this summer. The Pomellato exhibition at the Palais de Tokyo runs until July 20th. And as a brand ambassador, Hande will surely appear again within the framework of these events. And a little about Kerem, because we can't leave him out. Well, since we are talking about Turkish stars in Europe, we can't help but mention Kerem Bürsin. Just a few days ago, on June 20th, Kerem attended Men's Fashion Week in Milan as a special guest of Dolce and Gabbana. At the event, he met Italian actor Michele Morrone, known for the series 365 Days, and their joint photos instantly spread across all social media. Two handsome men in one frame. That is, of course, something the fandom could not leave without attention. Kerem's presence in Milan is not the first time He has become a regular guest at Dolce and Gabbana shows and has long established himself as one of the most recognizable Turkish actors on the global fashion scene. At the same time, he is actively developing his producing direction. His company, Braveborn Films, is working on a Turkish version of the well-known Japanese show La Grande Maison Tokyo. So while Hande dazzles in Paris in emeralds and haute couture, Kerem is conquering Milan in the company of European stars. The Turkish entertainment industry has clearly stepped onto, and both of them are proof of that. What a packed episode this turned out to be. Hande Erçel in 2026 is not simply a Turkish actress. She is the most popular Turkish actress on Instagram, the first and only Turkish actress to appear on the covers of Marie Claire Spain, The Hollywood Magazine, and Grazia, and one of the most influential public figures in Turkey and the entire region. And with every passing month, that influence only grows. If you enjoyed this episode, like it, subscribe, and write in the comments what you want to find out next time. We are always here, with love, as always.
Red lips on a Paris night, golden heels and the city's alive. All made silk, body so divine. She got that fire, yeah, she's blowing my mind. Moonlight on the Seine, she's the fantasy. Every move she makes feels like ecstasy. Cameras flash, but I only see her eyes on me. Oh, we handed in Paris. Ooh, she's so dangerous, dripping in fashion, looking outrageous. She don't need no crown, she already runs the town. Handed in Paris, baby, let's get scandalous tonight. Chateau lights, champagne flows, velvet skin under Dior clothes. Ooh, whispered secrets in the midnight air. Paris love, we can take it anywhere. Every heartbeat feels like a melody. The world is watching, but it's you and me. Yeah. She's the headline, the fantasy. Ooh, yeah, the cover girl of my wildest dream. Handed in Paris. Ooh, she's so dangerous, dripping in fashion, looking outrageous. She don't need no crown, she already runs the town. Handed in Paris, baby, let's get scandalous tonight. Silk sheets, city, candle glow. She's the show everybody wanna know, but when the lights go down, she's mine. Paris nights never felt so fine. Handed in Paris, oh baby, don't stop. Body talking louder than the Eiffel Tower. Handed in Paris, oh, baby, let's get scandalous tonight. Handed in Paris, yeah, she's the headline of my life.